Hi, Ashley. You've done such a great job with your little bugger. And please, I'm just here to teach you how to work with her better, with better language and better understanding of infant movement, because we have to make it easier on her. One of my theories in biological gravity is that when you don't use rotation, at some point, the mass will supersede the might. Okay? So as we're looking here and going for progression, especially when a child's globally delayed, we want progression. We tend to look at this with strength. One of the concepts of strength is flexion, right? We don't look at the concept of ease of movement, right? We want the movement to, the easier we can make something. This is why McDonald's is winning. Not because it tastes better. I can have a van, a busload, and in 8 minutes, I'm going to feed everyone differently and done in 8 minutes. You cannot do that. It's physically impossible to do that at home, right? Filet mignon with asparagus, grass-fed might be cheaper, but the amount of time it takes for you to go shopping, prep this, that, and the other, and make it versus driving through a queue of McDonald's is night and day difference. So unfortunately, we have to take that analogy with kids. So first of all, to look at flexion. I get it, flexion of the wrist, right? People actually say the wrists don't rotate, as if. So this is an adult-based function. It's non-functional. I can't catch a ball with flexion. I can't feed my face. I can't get dressed. I can't do that. When a child is starting to move, right, first of all, they're opposing gravity. They're learning how to deal with atmospheric pressure, right? All these movements, all these little movements that a baby does, non-purposeful, non-functional. Yes, they're functional. But I mean, what we're looking for is, hold this, hold this. The worst thing that I can hear from a parent is that, I'll be right there. I'm just going to finish alive, but I know they're leaving. Sorry. And it's Friday and everybody's coming and going. The worst thing I hear is a parent going, oh, my baby's so smart. At 2 months old, they can hold a bottle. And I'm going, oh my God, we have CP. Because again, you're looking, these experiences during a baby's first day, and it's not even palmar plantar, it will come into those, what we consider a reflex, but that reflex is really an articulation of how we respond to gravity. Very much like seaweed. Now, if I do this with both hands, because I'm right-handed and left-handed, like my left hand can still move great, but it's different. But a baby going through those stages and what we think is moro, which is the opposing of our pelvis and 4 different appendages, not startle reflex. It's the way we kick in the movement of the pelvis, because the pelvis is the only area of the body that can deal with movement in all different directions. That's what it's for. That's the premise of the reflex, not lizard brain. So when you're looking for flexion and inflection, it is a measure of a range of motion, right? But baby's wrist, and then they acquire that in tummy time, right? To do all of that they're on the floor, and we try and place their hands flat, but it's actually, they need to experience all of this and all of the rotation to decide that that's the easiest way to do it when I go to get up, This is not flexion. Right? This is, again, that presentation of gravity, opposing gravity with rotational movements. So again, you really want to get in and just work with these kind of movements because that's easier. Yes, she's doing amazing, right? But when we want, and then the other side to work on it, again, it's not that she's lifting her arm up. She's pushing down with the left. She's pushing down with the right. So that's where you would go next with that, is working on that pump. Because again, what the reflex that you were looking for, the archer pose, right, is actually my elbow and hand going against gravity. Well, that opens up my upper thorax to cross midline, and it releases the scapulas. Right? And this is where I do work with some TheraBands to work on those kind of moves. That's the next stage that you're working with. That's going to be the easiest way for her to move those. You're doing great. Thanks.